Ivory.
Hi, Miss Adams.
How are you today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Great. Oh, look at this nice attitude we brought to the office today.
I'm trying. I'm really trying today.
That is so awesome. And so just a reminder, when you're here, everything's unconfident.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about me dispelling anything that you tell me.
Okay.
Because I always want you to know that my door is open and that you can always feel comfortable coming to talk to me about any issue that may be on your mind.
Thank you. That makes me feel even better to know that whatever I say in here stays in here.
Very good. So the last time we met, we left with some goals, and one of them was your concern about your driver's license.
Yes.
And you were supposed to go back home to your parents and talk to them with a different type of tone.
Yes.
So tell me, have we tried to achieve this goal? And just tell me, reflect on it for me.
Okay. So after I left the session yesterday, I had it in my mind that I was going to go home, positive attitude. I wasn't going to raise my voice. I was just going to be very calm. But when I got home, like I tried to talk to my parents, and I felt like they already had an attitude. Or maybe it was just me. Maybe somehow I got an attitude. But I just felt like they weren't trying to hear what I wanted to say to them. And so we started having a conversation, and I kept thinking about what you were telling me, don't focus on everybody else who has their license, or don't focus on my sister who got her license at 16. But then they said something to me, and I kind of took it there. And I don't really know what they said, but like, I slowly felt my attitude coming out. And so the conversation kind of went left. And I feel like that might put a damper on me trying to get my license now.
Okay, so let's go back a minute. You did attempt to go to your parents,
Yes,
but you feel that your parents had maybe an attitude.
Yeah, maybe they had a rough day at work, and I feel like, okay, well, that wasn't the right time to tell them, but after such a positive session with you, I was like, no, I want to talk to them about it. But then at the same time, they were just kind of like they were there, but I feel like they weren't there.
So can you tell me, can you lead me into how the conversation came up?
Okay.
Can you help me understand that?
Yeah, so I went home, my parents were there, and we were about to eat dinner. And so I was like, hey parents, mom and dad, I had a great session with Miss Adams, and we talked about me wanting to get my driver's license. And they're like, well, why are you talking to her? And I'm like, what do you mean, why am I talking to her? Like, she was really helping me, with this whole situation. And they're like, well, we really don't want to talk about it right now. We had a bad day. And it kind of hurt my feelings because here I am ready to share and open up with them about my session with you, but at the same time, they weren't ready to listen to it. And so I guess that put me in defense mode, and I'm like, well, okay then. And so I felt my attitude shift from being, open to talking to them about this to, okay, well, I'm going to shut down now because you don't want to hear what I have to say.
Okay, so what I hear you saying is your parents were not open to hearing your concerns.
Right.
But I did hear you say one thing. You did indicate that their response to you talking to me, it almost kind of like it wasn't receptive.
Right.
Can you expound on that, and then I'm going to come back to something that you said.
Okay. So, we're religious, and sometimes in our community, it's better to not talk to an outside source. And I feel like they didn't want me sharing what's going on in our household. And so it bothered me because I thought that, this was a good step for me because I realized, maybe I need to talk to somebody to make sure that I'm not in the wrong about wanting my driver's license at 16. But I felt like they weren't receiving that.
One thing I have to tell you, Ivory, is I can handle that component because, like I explained to you yesterday, I did receive your consent form.
Right.
Your parents agreed.
Right.
That we could have these conversations. So if you don't mind, I'll handle, not handle, but I'll address your parents
Okay.
with that concern to make sure that they have an understanding of what the intent form means.
Right.
And that they pretty much have given you permission to talk to me. But let me, if you don't mind, let me
Okay.
be able to delve into that with your parents.
Maybe they were just in a bad mood and stuff. It just made me in a bad mood too. So.
Okay. Well, as far as your being in a bad mood, you came in on a high note.
Yes.
So something happened nice, but as far as talking to your parents, that was a situation that put you in a bad mood at that time, which is unfortunate because sometimes when we are excited about sharing news and excited about things looking up or having hope, we're ready to share, and then it's just not the right time to share that information. So sometimes when we're getting ready to communicate with people, we may have to read their body language.
Okay.
Just like today, how I noticed your mood.
Right.
So you actually put me in a better mood because of what you were doing. So sometimes we have to gauge that. Perhaps your conversation with your parents could have started off. Do you all feel, Mom, Dad, do you feel it's a good time for us to address something?
Okay.
And then maybe right then it could have been, not today, maybe another day.
Okay.
Because at this point, with your birthday having been in March, you're about to hit another age.
Right.
It's not really a rush. It's a rush because I know this is important to you, but it's not like an urgency.
Okay.
So maybe we'll ease into that conversation with our parents when it's a better time. How does that sound to you?
I mean, it sounds good, but at the same token, you know, and I know I shouldn't compare, but my sister was able to get her license at 16. My friends have their license, so why can't I have my license?
And I understand. So it is a sense of urgency to you, isn't it? Okay. So I totally understand. I remember being 16, and I remember, well, I was the oldest, so I didn't have anyone ahead of me. But I remember, being ready to drive. So at your age, that is an important aspect of growing up. It's that sense of independency that you gain. Now, let me ask you this. As a part of talking to your parents, did you bring up how it would help them out? Or were you able to even get to that point?
I wasn't really able to get to that point because when I realized, you know, they weren't really receiving what I was saying, and at the same token, I felt my attitude shifting. I just felt like we weren't able to get to that step yet.
Okay. Which is fine because, again, we're going to learn how to read other people's body language.
Okay.
And we're going to know when it's a good time to address certain things that are going on or certain issues that are going on with ourselves that we would like to communicate to others.
Okay.
In the meantime, I'm glad that you were able to identify yourself as far as knowing when you were angry and that you noticed that someone's attitude or someone's language or their actions made you feel it. So how do you feel about that type of growth? Like being able to identify your feelings. How does that make you feel?
Well, looking back at it, I actually feel really good because I was able to, like I said, identify that, hey, you know, I feel that they're not really in a good mood, and it was putting me in a bad mood. So I was glad that I could, just thinking about it today, I was glad that, you know, I could identify that, hey, your attitude is shifting because of them. And so going forward, I should, you know, gauge, like you said, when somebody else is in a bad mood and really try not to let them ruin how I'm feeling at the moment. Because like I told you, I was really excited, you know, after this session. I was like, you know what, she just gave me motivation to tell my parents about what we talked about, and then they just ruined it. And I'm like, well, why would you do that?
So you said that you had the motivation to talk to your parents, and you felt that it was ruined. So can you expound on that? I know you've already said that the communication just wasn't there today, but do you think it was totally ruined, or explain that a little bit for me?
In the moment, I feel like it was ruined because here I am trying to change and show them that, hey, I'm 16, I'm responsible, you know, I really want my license. And then I just feel like they ruined it for me they weren't they weren't happy or they were mad at something that it messed me up, and I had to think about um, what I don't know. I just feel like they just messed it up, and it just really put me in a bad mood.
So what I hear you say is the way your parents did not respond to the conversation you were trying to have. The type of response that they gave you. You feel that the whole situation is ruined. Am I hearing you correctly?
Well, I guess you could say that. Yeah, I hear.
If I'm not hearing you correctly, could you please explain again so I can be sure that I'm understanding how you feel?
I just feel like I was ready to tell them about our session. And I mean, like you said, maybe this the timing was wrong. And so I'm not gonna completely give up because I really want my license. Um, and so I'll just think about reading their body language the next time I want to share with them something like this.
So, can we make reading others' body language one of our goals?
Yes.
As far as communicating? Okay. So, let me ask you something else. As far as your grades and the other great things that you're doing, how are those things making you feel? And remember, that's also part of our goal.
Right.
Hey, Mom and Dad, this is another part of me getting my license. I'm a great student. I participate. And I possibly want to work this summer.
Right.
So are we going to continue to make that one of our goals when we have the conversation?
Yes.
At the right time?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely. When it's the right time, I'll make sure that I include the goals of making good grades and wanting to get a job in the summer. Those are my top goals, and that motivates me. And so, thinking and reflecting on it today, even though they weren't ready to hear what I had to say, I think that that's still motivation enough for me to have that conversation at a better time.
Okay. I'm glad to hear that you like those goals. And now I have an exercise for you to do.
Okay.
I would like for you to write your parents a note.
Okay.
Okay?
Like a letter?
Like a letter.
Okay.
Not a long one, just straight to the point.
Okay. Like
Hi,
1
Mom.
minute?
Yes. Mom and Dad, I have some great news to share with you. Will you please let me know a great time to share that news with you? What do you think about that?
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, I think so as well. So you have some new goals before our next session, and I see that you're receptive of those goals, and I appreciate that. Just keep those in mind. I love this new attitude that you're showing.
I'm really
Good. Let's just continue. And then I love the fact that you took a moment back to say, wait a minute, let me get back right. Let me bring back that positive light that I have within me.
Okay.
And continue to do those things. Again, my door is always open. And I look forward to hearing about this new progress with getting those driver's license.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.